Mike, you're getting a chance to spend a little time with some baseball royalty tonight.
That I am, Chris. How's over 1,000 games pitched, over 1,500 strikeouts, 22 years in the major leagues. It's Goose Gossage, the guest speaker tonight at the Laurel Dodgers fundraiser. Goose, first, thanks for spending some time with us tonight. I want to first quickly talk about, you were talking with some of these players earlier. When you come to events like this, what's the biggest thing that you like to stress to these young players?
You know, confidence is everything that I talk about, and that's a very fragile thing. And the perseverance, and baseball is a game of failure, and anytime, what else in life can you fail at 7 out of 10 times and be a star? And those were some of the things that I talked to about the kids, thinking good things and good things happen, thinking bad things and bad things happen.
Well, let's bring it back full scale and talk a little bit about the league today and the Hall of Fame. Obviously, 3 more guys voted in earlier this week. A little bit of controversy. We were just chatting about it. Dan Le Batard, a respected ESPN guy, has his own show. He gave his Hall of Fame vote to Deadspin, which is an internet publication. They, in turn, gave it to the fans. So the fans actually had a ballot this year. Le Batard said it was kind of in a rebellious kind of way because he doesn't like the way the Hall of Fame process, thinks it's kind of archaic. What are your views on how the Hall of Fame is run nowadays?
I think there are some things that could be tweaked in terms of the voting process. I think it's antiquated. It's been this way forever, and since the induction or the Hall of Fame started. So I think there needs to be some tweaking, but I think the process overall works very well.
Well, Le Batard was also saying he thinks baseball is too moralizing nowadays, and he seemed to be in support of a lot of guys that were alleged PED users. He thinks that some of these steroid era guys deserve to be in. I think I know how you feel about this. Do you feel like there's a place in the Hall of Fame for the steroid era of baseball?
Well, when we start rewarding guys for cheating, man, what's that say about our country and our world and that we live in now? And these guys, I think they ought to reinstate the records that were broken. 2 of the biggest records in baseball, the biggest records were broken. The single-season home run record by McGwire, and then Henry Aaron's 714 or 15 home runs by Bonds. I think they ought to be reinstated myself. And you don't get better the older you get. And who knows if they would have made that race and broken those records had they been, doing it clean. Yeah, I've been very adamant, and it's about our kids. Getting rid of steroids for our kids. If you got 2 kids or of equal talent, one on steroids and one not on steroids, you have a different animal. And really, therein lies the dangers. And these kids look up to us, and we're going to reward McGwire and Sosa or Bonds or Clemens for cheating. No, that's not the way that it was meant to be, and this guy ought to have his vote taken away.
He actually did. He'll never vote in the Hall of Fame again. And one quick question, Goose. You revolutionized the closer position. You pioneered it, arguably. One stat that just really is mind-boggling to me, out of your 310 saves, 53 of them were 7 outs or more. You look at Mariano Rivera, who everyone says now is the greatest of all time. He had 1 save of 7 outs or more. Do you feel like nowadays the closer position, it's a lot easier?
Well, man, I wish I could have pitched 1 inning, and we were workhorses. I loved that workload, and I saw that total evolution of the bullpen from 1972 was my first year in the big leagues, and when I broke in, you did not want to be in the bullpen. It was a junk pile where old starters went that couldn't start anymore. And then I saw that total evolution of what Mariano, they ought to be comparing those guys to us, not us to them. And I don't know that they could do what we used to do. And, we were workhorses, and I loved the workload. Now it takes 3 guys to do what we used to do.
Yep. Well, Goose, that's all the time I have. It's been an absolute honor to talk with you, and we really appreciate you coming on our news tonight. I know you got a lot more words to speak, so I'll make sure you don't have anything else to say. Goose Gossage, once again, gracing the KULR-8 airwaves. I'm speechless. We're back to you, Chris.